Word on the street with Sam Rock and who?
Gregb, yup.
Today's topic, man, we're going to talk about what a young man wrote up in the newspaper article about Rocky Mountain. So we're going to get into it. So Greg, hit us.
All right, it was somebody that wrote a letter, and they wrote it to the newspaper. The city continues to leave less fortunate behind. And basically, the board said, I read an article about the wards in Rocky Mount that are losing population. This is home for me, but I'm returning after living in Atlanta for the past 33 years. This city is an entire decade behind to get any business done in the two counties, especially Edgecombe, is a complete nightmare.
Nightmare. You talking about Halloween about to come October 31st. Nightmare, the man said. And I'm just going to speak briefly about it. I agree with him. A lot of people that come back, been here all their life and went 20 years, California, New York, whatever, they come back, they say it was still the same way when they left. Because we ain't progressing in time. We still sitting in the 50s and the 60s and singing old nigger spirit songs and stuff like that. This is hip hop. You know what I'm saying? This is a revolution. We supposed to take this city to a whole new level. We still got old technology, still walk around with black jacks, you know what I'm saying? We don't know what we want to do in this city. Go ahead, Greg.
Well, the thing is, man, when you got city councilmen who've been in there 2 decades, and you got a man that from Rocky Mount but was in Atlanta for 33 years, and he writing letters to the paper talking about how the city hasn't progressed and it's a decade behind, he ain't lying. It's the truth. Something needs to happen in the city, and it has to start with getting rid of them dudes we got in city council. They gotta go. Some of them been in there for 2 decades and some change. It's time for them dudes to kick rocks.
Yeah, cause the lawyer, excuse me, Reddy. The lawyer been there almost 30 years.
Yeah, he got
29 years. How you think something legal gonna happen with him? 29 years. He was in there with Mr. Turner. The Mayor Turners were there. Come on, man. This guy got to go too.
Yo, it's a lot of things that need to go, man. And it's terrible that you got people that still stuck in the 40s and 50s on race relations and all this other garbage when you don't have to be. You're holding the city back because you have no campaign to run on. So you use race, just like you use race throughout the entire state. Rocky Mount is the only city that complained about SB 473.
Listen, when we went there to meet Mark Robinson, I don't care if he's a Republican, I don't care who is a Democrat. The man speak real from the heart. He grew up in affordable housing, you know what I'm saying, with 9 siblings. That's my story. I could tell. He telling my story. He's coming from where we come from. You know what I'm saying? He didn't have it good. He rough. He went to the military, so he fought for his country. But all I'm trying to say is that he understands the black struggle. He just want us to lift each other up. You know, forget about that Democrat and Republican and look at what he stands for. He stands for us. You know, uplift us. You know, people just gotta wake up, man. Stop using the parties against each other, man. It is crazy.
And blaming the white man when you doing it yourself. Yes. How you gonna blame the white man for destroying Edgecombe? I don't get that.
And that's the thing. Roy Cooper's a Democrat. They love Roy Cooper. Belle Wood is a Democrat. They hate her because she was fighting against this crazy stuff going on in Rocky Mountain. They hate her. Corruption. They hate her. But she's a Democrat. You know what I'm saying? They play the card who I like, who I don't like. But at the end of the day, it's crazy, man. It is crazy.
Listen, when you sitting over there, Edgecombe don't have no pharmacies, but y'all use the majority vote to control the budget. Y'all use the majority vote to put money where y'all want to put it. You use the majority vote to take another black man's property. You used the majority vote to go to Omni-Grove and spend $70,000 of taxpayer monies. But then, when it comes to doing stuff for your wards, don't see nothing happening. And neither does anybody else, and you've been there for decades.
Decades, man.
Nothing's being done in the wards.
And the thing with that, when you go to the school system, I heard people talking about the school system. Listen here, man. I came up under Mr. Foster at Baskerville School. I came up under Mr. Davis at Parker School. Mr. Davis knew everybody just about in the community. Everybody loved Mr. Davis. He'd get on his bicycle and ride to your house, make sure you get there. He loved his kids. That's gone now, man. That's gone. Ain't no principal doing none of that
They
no
ain't
more.
doing that these days. Them days is
This
gone.
is a whole totally generation. School teachers, when I was going, they were 40 and 50 years old and loved their students. They'll go to the house, talk to the parents. All of that is gone. That's what you have in the community now. Parents can't comprehend what these teachers talk about now. Some of these teachers are 21s and 23s now. And the parents are the same age as these teachers. They don't comprehend each other. They don't understand what a mother of 4 kids at 23 and a lady of 23 years old and got no kids as a teacher. She don't understand that lady's struggle. That's what's detached from the community. She don't understand what's going on.
And then, sliding on to the next topic, City Council do not want to pay the money to recruit to bring more officers here. My girl's cousin got killed Sunday. He was beaten to death in Rocky Mount. His name was Maurice Joyner, 48 years old.
My age.
Beaten to death in Rocky Mount.
How old was the guy that did that to him?
I don't know how old the dude was, but this is what happened when you have a city council that would rather go to Omni-Grove, spend $70,000, and not care about the safety of the citizens in the city that they're supposed to represent.
And down 39 police, they going to spend $70,000
In Omni-Grove.
Omni-Grove.
You took 50 people with y'all. You spent $20-something thousand on hotel rooms.
And the main person went with you was the president of Meadowbrook, Mr. Davis. And that's like his second killing in the last 8 months. And he came to the city council to speak on none of that.
What did he speak about?
Nothing but cats. His wife speak on about cats. But Mr. Davis is Andre Knight's best friend. So he gonna protect Mr. Knight, but he ain't gonna protect our kids and the community. Man, you got to go, dog. You out of time.
Listen, you got people being beaten to death in this city. We ain't even talking about the shootings that happen every week. Every week in this city. And then when you turn around, the police can't get what they need. They need up-to-date equipment. They need more officers on the street. We need more officers on the street.
And if you know, this Thursday just passed, I think around about 5 o'clock in the afternoon, they had a massive shooting on Park Avenue. About 8, 9 police were there. That's Reuben Ward. That's between Reuben and Andre Ward, because Park Avenue splits the District 1 and 2. But that's both of their wards. And then the lady said on the show, told me that I said that Circuit K and Oakwood is leaving because people going in there robbing it, stealing. They ain't making no money. They giving it to the Arab. They selling it to the Arabs. By the 22nd of this month, they're gonna be going. It won't be no more Circuit K's in Edgecombe County because they getting out here because of the poverty, because of people stealing, robbing the store. But somebody asked me, people really be stealing and robbing in the daytime like that? The guy said they rob banks in the daytime, but they doing shooting in the daytime. They killing in the daytime. That was a stupid question, man. It was, man. Stupid answer to me.
The board got jacked up on the 1900 block of Lent. Whose board is that?
That's Mr. Andre Knight. That's Meadowbrook.
So
Meadowbrook.
You got one that got killed
Meadowbrook.
in Ward 1, And you got another one that got killed in what
Yeah.
ward? That was Ward 2?
Yeah, because Lennon Avenue is down the street from Vernon Road where the young lady's son got murdered at about a couple months ago. It ain't that far. It's probably about 3 blocks away from each other. Meadowbrook probably got the most murders in the last 5 years than any other little area of Rocky Mountain. And Meadowbrook used to be a prestige place 30-some years ago. Now, nobody wants to buy a house in Meadowbrook. They won't try to get out of there. 30 years ago, it was a promised place for white people, black people. People was people, neighbor. It was a neighbor-like community. Now it's ruthless. It's ruthless now.
It's crazy, man. And it's crazy. And these same two dudes want to get reelected.
Mm-hmm.
Why? You don't care about the citizens. You don't care about the citizens in your ward. You would rather go to Omni Grove, spend $70,000 in taxpayer dollars, and party like it's 1999.
73. You want to go to Omni Grove, eat shrimp, lobster tails, and scallops and clams, and drink wine and champagne and everything. I can see y'all up there.
Yo,
hors d'oeuvres.
crazy.
Can I get some hors d'oeuvres?
Hors d'oeuvres?
Come on,
Pass the
man.
Grey Poupon.
No, you better not do that. Because you the person playing Grey Poupon is naked.
Oh, no. We sure do that. And then, it just amazes me how they can keep flushing money downtown to where they got businesses, but you don't want to get a cops raise. You don't want to put more police on the force. And the poor sanitation workers.
Oh, they oh, man.
Yo.
But they said, word on the street. They said Rochelle is coming out with, I can't even call her right now. She's coming out with some type of thing. She gonna pay the people that was working from last year to this year, give them some COVID relief money. It's gonna be the first time, it's gonna be the first and last time thing she gonna do. Well, she trying to save her job. You should have been did it.
Damn the relief money.
You should have been did it.
Listen.
You know what I'm saying?
Those brothers need a raise. They need a raise.
New dump trucks too. Trash trucks.
They need a raise.
Yeah, the guy's been slaves for a long time.
I rapped to a couple of them dudes, and I'm hearing how you got dudes working for sanitation that work 10 and 12-hour days.
No break.
Without a break. Without a break. And then you got these same city councilmen talking race, black this, black that. Most of them cats is black. So you okay as long as they slaves for the city. Slaves.
Listen.
12-hour and 10-hour days without a break.
Listen, city employees. We can get Rochelle out quick if y'all start complaining. Y'all can wait till elections. Stop voting for Andre, Ruben, TJ, and Richard Jordan. There's 960 employees for the city. So if y'all want things to go right and do right by the city, don't vote for them. Vote for the person that run against them. Let's change it up. Let's get somebody else a chance.
Time for a change.
Yeah. So if y'all keep voting for them, they're going to have y'all, what's going on now is because continue. Put some new blood in there. Put some new blood in there.
Because this been going on for far too long, and people complaining. You don't have no fairs here. You don't have no carnivals here. You don't have no parades. You get nothing. Nothing. Zero.
And you see how Ruben changed y'all insurance? Got it out of Blue Cross and Blue Shield and put it in the OIC insurance.
Huh?
He gave y'all that BS insurance. And he want y'all to come to OIC. See, Ruben is chasing the dollar. He know that he get y'all the insurance, y'all got to come to OIC. And then y'all catch COVID, y'all got to use y'all 6 days to get paid. Y'all don't go out like most companies when you get COVID, they pay you for it. But the city don't pay you for it. Wow. But Rochelle make almost $200-some thousand a year. She get paid. She told people, I don't care. This city right here is going down the drain. It's a dump. Oh, this is how she talked about y'all.
She ain't say that.
This is how she talked about it. She just got that's word on the street.
Wow.
She said it's a dump. It's a wasteland. So y'all paying her to be in there? Oh my God, man. Y'all city officials is crazy. City managers.
Well, they need to go because they keep making piss poor decisions. Like, I don't get it. I don't get it. And a lot of people that's coming in, that's moving to this city, they looking at what's going on and they feeling some type of way.
Yeah, but you got to look at the clones they got there, like Rebel Nehemiah Smith. He's a clone. You take notice. Whatever he talk about or their show, you go in there, do whatever you want to do. He never say nothing bad about them. Get him to say something bad. Everybody else say something bad. He always addressed it. Like, they doing a good job. My city manager, she probably gave you some dope. She probably gave you some loot. She probably gave you some money to keep having that soup kitchen going on over there. I want to see them books over there at that church. I want to see that the city give you any money. Because you doing a lot of really tap dance around there, walking that tightrope over there. I want to see what's going on, bro. You know, I know you. You know that. I know you.
How you know?
I know him real good. Believe that.
I don't know. What you mean by that? I'm lost. I don't get it.
But you don't get it.
Nah, I don't get it.
Well, you
Y'all
know,
grew up together or?
No, we did. He had in 2011, we fed the Week on Strong project together, and Nehemiah was on his he was in the middle of everything. It was like he wasn't on here with the Republican, he wanted a Democrat. He wanted to see what was right. And now he became more towards the Democrats. And I'm not saying because I'm not a Democrat. I'm saying that he picked up the ways and he speaking out against white people. But when he was in the middle, he was dealing with white people. You see what I'm saying? Now it's mostly black, black, black. When he was in the middle with white and black. So I'm trying to figure out how you just fade towards that black, black, black thing. Just keep saying black, black, black. And see, I can't say black, black, black because I got a son that's biracial. And somebody come to my son that way, you can get dealt with, bro. I'm just telling you, you know, and that's what it is. See, when you put race out here in Rocky Mount, it's a lot of Mexicans, Hispanics, Puerto Ricans, white people, and black people are mixed. And a lot of people don't want to hear that. They're kids, man. Understand you putting poison to the kids, man. And you make the kids grow up to be racist. Keep that stuff in the room with grown folks. Don't be coming out blatant with these kids, man, because the kids will pick up stuff, man, easily.
But see, when they don't have a platform, you've been in there 2 decades. You got a whole section of the city that look like the Gulf War. You got abandonments all over the joint, and no money's going to the wards. You got people in them wards that are supposed to be city councilmen, and instead of them doing for their wards, bringing some money in them wards, trying to get some stores in them wards, some pharmacies, thing that's not happening. They're steady voting with the majority to keep sending money downtown for certain people to get rich. We ain't talking no couple of thousand. They're sending millions and neglecting the wards. Look at the budget. Nothing is going to police. Nothing in the budget is going to police. Nothing in the budget is going to sanitation. And this is what y'all got. You have to vote these cats out. Period.
And people, I'm going to just break this down right quick. If you look at all the city, I'm going to name them. I'm naming because I think I'm right on 97%. I'm usually right. Everybody that sits in that city council don't have 4 or 5 kids. They only have 1 or 2 kids, maybe none. They don't know the struggles. I'm just putting that out there. But a person got 3 or 4 kids that grew up and got their life, they know the struggles. You know what I'm saying? And I can say, I'm not knocking Bronx, he don't have no kids. Nehemiah got 1 child. He ain't never been in no struggles. In his whole life, he ain't never been in no struggle. He ain't never struggled for nothing. Every person that came out of poverty, came in this community that strive, now trying to live their life. Half of them people in that city hall are coming out of struggle, have made their way to the podium, and made their way to the top, but they have 4 or 5 brothers or 3 sisters, whatever. Half of them guys sitting in that couch, they ain't never had no struggle. You got to go through some struggle to understand what's going on in the city. If you never had no struggle, you don't need to be sitting up there for me anyway. And that's my opinion.
Yeah, well, I mean, I get the struggle thing, but then when you get in there and you start out doing for the community, and then you say the hell with the community and start lining your pockets.
The ATM machine.
And then we got the only two people out of all of these cities in the whole state of North Carolina that whine, complain about SB 473.
And this is the only city that's doing all the other cities. This is the only city that's complaining. That tells you something, people. That tells you some money is going funneling through here. They don't want you to start that money train. You know what I'm saying? Wesley Snipes and my man, what's the right guy? Jennifer Lopez, they don't want to start that money train.
Yeah, money train. But see, on top,
Woody Allen.
Yeah, Woody Allen, you know, all of that. But see, the thing is, if they ever break up that clique, whoever come in,
the city gonna blossom like a rose.
Man, it's gonna blossom.
God,
the first thing they need to do is use a majority vote to have a full audit of all the money that was spent in the last 4 or 5 years in the city, all the contracts.
A full audit.
Full audit.
That's
we
what
need to know where all that money went.
Bell Woods, this is what, I'm from Rocky Mountain, I'm gonna tell you. The audit need to come from the city, OIC, and the Housing Authority. That's the full audit right there.
We need a full audit.
Full audit.
And all that money that was being spent,
yeah,
we need a full account of who got what and where that money went.
I'm tired of my kids in the Housing Authority can't get a basketball because OIC got all the basketball. They over there, and the kids can't get a globe because they got all the globe.
Hey,
the management over there, the Housing Authority is crap. Greensboro need to come down here and investigate this stuff.
Something need to go down because it makes no sense. There are no teams in the ward. Every ward should have a team for their kids.
Let me tell you
something.
Team. Let me tell you something. When I was coming up, Parks and Rec was all right, but the JC's line, BO, EO, they were private.
Where they at?
Funded.
Where they at now?
They left. They got out of there. The city took these teams over for big money now. If you play sports for the city, your kid at least pay $60 or $70 to play for a city team. When we were playing in the 80s, the late 80s and the 90s, we didn't pay no money. Those private people, JC's line, BOEO, and all the other teams like that, Burlington, they put the money in there to buy the uniforms and tennis shoes. Now the city took it. We don't want y'all there no more. We gonna buy, but they making a profit off of it.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
And that's the same thing when I was growing up playing baseball for my neighborhood, football, basketball. The city did all of that. And they can't say they can't afford it because if York can spend $70,000 to go to Omni Grove, York can spend money for these kids to have stuff in their ward.
That's true.
It should be something for them in every ward.
And then the Buck Little League, they supposed to have a team in Park and Rec. They got their own league with three teams.
3 teams.
3 teams. Get all this money, but they ain't got but 3 teams.
Come on.
But they ain't got a team in Parks and Rec though. Come on. I'm telling you, bro.
Hey, that might be part of that budget that girl said that the boy wasn't giving her who was sexually harassing her.
Man,
he should have gave her money. But
man.
And why does this brother still have a job after sexually harassing?
R. Kelly. R. Kelly himself.
He tried to steal some coochie.
R. Kelly. Elton is R. Kelly.
Man, come on.
The coochie thief.
And we got calls.
Listen, man, listen.
Normally when somebody snatching coochie and there's other females around, just like with Bill Cosby, just like with who the Hollywood dude. He tried to knock off. He tried to knock off everybody in Hollywood.
He tried to knock off boys, men, women,
everybody.
Girls.
As y'all say, everybody.
Everybody.
Listen, word coming down to us. It's another female.
And she white. She's white.
Well, I don't know the color.
She's white. She's vanilla. He's chocolate.
Well, I don't know if that's happening.
She's
but
white.
These is calls that we getting. This word on the street. We don't know if it's true. Let's say it this way. It's alleged. It's alleged.
He's white.
Now, when we called out the first one, we said this before this thing hit the paper.
We didn't say no color, but
we didn't say no
this
color.
This girl that's they ain't coming out. They said, Mr. Daniel, that's his sweet thing.
This is alleged.
Sweet thing.
Now, I don't know about all of that because I didn't take the call.
Listen, if you seen Samuel L. Jackson in that movie, what's that movie?
Which one?
The one where he got the white girl strapped with a chain around his neck.
I don't know which
one.
What's
it? Groom? Go look at the movie with Samuel L. Jackson. It said, Elton, they got chains around it.
Hey, listen, man. With them dudes, now, like I said, it's alleged. Man. We don't know. We getting called.
Listen.
But my thing is, you ain't right, though. You ain't right.
Hey.
My thing is, people call us. They call us.
Hey, listen, man.
We not just making this up.
That man, they said Elton is Tarzan. He got his chain on the chocolate.
Hey, man, this stuff is crazy.
Hey.
Most of them dudes who do that is a pattern. Like, what is wrong with anybody where you got to use your position to get some coochie? And then you ain't just like a Lay's potato chip. They never have just one.
Hey, man.
They run through the whole bag.
We going to show you Jungle Fever, the movie next week. Hey, Elton is Wesley Snipes. Man, what is going on?
Hey, man.
Then this is
what's going on with City Hall,
listen,
man?
Ain't no
you can't make this
Sodom and Gomorrah. That's in the Bible.
Hey. And certain people supposed to be married.
Hey, man.
And you trying to get some coochie?
Dude. What is that going on? Man. That's on the second floor. I'm trying to get me a ticket to the second floor. It's going down.
Hey, man, I don't get it. And on top of that, them shenanigans.
Hey, man.
It's just crazy, man. Yo, City Hall off the chain of Rocky Mountain.
Hey, man, if y'all ever seen Dolomite in this
Hey, man, I don't get it.
Listen, bro.
Sexual harassment is crazy.
Hey, man, listen here, bro.
And dude still got a job.
He got a job.
He still got a job.
We got 4 black city councilmen, and he still got a job. And the sister had to retire. And what she said, y'all didn't believe her, but it's a white girl. She's a white girl up there. And she don't have no black stripes on. She ain't no zebra either. What you gonna do about that?
I don't know. I just know word on the street is crazy.
I'm gonna get that name next week, and I'm gonna get.
It's crazy, man.
Hey, them other brothers that sits in the city hall knew this was going on, and right now I'm fishing about who the names is. There's some brothers in there knew what was going on, but they didn't put it out there. They scared of losing their jobs. But I'm gonna tell y'all something that I know. You know, I'm not a game member. I'm not affiliated with a game member. I got a lot of kinfolks in the game, in the streets. I'm 5% of God by knowledge, wisdom, understanding. What I'm trying to say about these sororities and these fraternities, start taking up for your people. Now I'm gonna put you on the. Last time I seen Mike Mabry and Don Thomas, that I went to Rocky Mount Senior High and see them play in a Griffon uniform. Man, they were awesome. They were some of the best linebacker I ever seen. The flanker, some of the best running back, the wide receiver that Don Thomas played. And they are Omegas. And what I mean by that they are real Omegas. But Ruben, you're Omega. Elton is an Omega. TJ Walker's an Omega. Now, when these allegations came up, brothers, as being an Omega, I know that your fraternity don't go out like that. Y'all supposed to get this stuff together, brother. Y'all got brothers around here asking women for sex and making slick charge of women. Y'all should, whatever fraternity he in, y'all need to straighten that out with him, bro. Y'all need to pull it out. See, that's why the Nation of Islam is one of the most powerful militant black organizations in the world, because if it was any one of them sisters in the nation, they would have ran that sucker out of town.
I don't know why dude's still here.
Y'all fraternities, brothers, y'all other, man, I don't understand why y'all sticking up with y'all people when they doing wrong, bro.
But then here's the other thing. Again, whenever the heat come down, and the people that are trying to defend this individual who allegedly sexually harassed his sister, the first thing they want to do to try to rally people behind this cat is pull the black card.
Yeah.
The brother, you shouldn't have a sister trying to bring down a brother and da-da-da-da-da. No. Y'all need to clean house. If you got a brother that's foul, he got to go. But y'all don't do that. Instead, y'all promote. Y'all keep the sister down here for whistleblower. It don't make any sense to have these certain people in City Hall and on City Council and city management who are not protecting the people. You're not. Y'all promoted this man. Y'all put him over her when she was there before him. She said on the when she called in on the radio show, he wasn't only there a couple days and he tried to mack her. Come on, man.
And that's the thing about what's so good for the fraternity. You got all these you got all these guys in the same fraternity with Elton. I remember Mr. Costin and his son. They was Omegas too. Q-Dogs. Mr. Costin almost broke my neck when he snatched that head off my head and said, you don't never put that head on it, because you don't know what that means, what we went through. See, some of the guys went through the initiation. Some of these guys bought theirs. Some of these guys are undergrads and some of these guys are grads. That means that when I found out today, I mean, if you're a grad, that means you graduated and went to college for it. If you're an undergrad, that means that you bought it when you got out of college. That's when you got yours. And I'm trying to understand this. If you belong with a group of people, you're supposed to get rid of the person that did something to another person and it won't right, man. Y'all can't stand behind that, man. You got people in the fire department, the same fraternity that you is, Elton. Walk away, brother. You ain't my brother. You ain't my brother keeper.
You got to look at the culture that's in there now. You got a city councilman who won't pay $47,000.
Oh, he's a cap.
And then you got another, the lady said on the Joan, ain't paying their property taxes.
Ain't paying no property taxes.
Okay. It's no integrity or honor in that city hall. You won't pay your taxes.
Light bill.
Or pay your light bill.
Don't even stay at the house in Hillsdale.
Come on, man.
People still saying
there's no integrity.
Loving you.
This is why all of them dudes need to be voted out.
Got 100.
They need to be voted out. Go ahead.
Got $100-some thousand PPP loans. Now one of the buildings open. Now, all that on the PPP loans you got ain't but one of the buildings open. You got $80,000 PPP loans. If I would have got it, I would have went to jail. The Fed would have been knocking on my door.
I don't get it.
Will Smith and my man would have been knocking on my door, Men in Black.
They would have covered the school up with the butterfly deck.
Yeah.
But see, this is the shenanigans. Not only that, you sitting back looking at how these dudes is constantly using their 4-man majority to take people property. Another black man. But they want to cry black card when one of their people got hemmed up on trying to snatch up some coochie. Now you want to use the black card. Oh, well, you shouldn't do this to another black man. Really?
And the thing with that, I know her husband was furious. When she came and told him that, I know he wanted to go down there. See, that's why I tell Elton got to go. You don't know who else he did this to, man. There might be a psychopath out there next time in that city council. I don't even want to go down there and protest. Bullets might shot fired, duck. Man, y'all got this man in this hostile environment.
Hey.
Oh, some coochie.
Coochie.
Man, I ain't no City Hall got that deep rated R. Ain't no PG in this.
Then people complaining about how the city manager got a bad attitude. We getting phone calls You can't make this stuff
that
up.
That said Rochelle mean. That said she like Medea.
Yes, this is
swing her pocketbook, run over you on the car.
All she need is the old caddy from 1973, the Coupe de Ville joint.
I'm telling you, man, we have to get the Elton. Listen, this is how I need to go.
How I need to go?
Elton, no. Rochelle need to go.
Yep.
Elton need to go.
Yep.
Ruben Blackwell need to go.
Bounce.
T.J. Walker need to go.
Bounce.
Richard Jordan need to go.
Bounce.
And Ric Flair, Nature Boy, Andre Knight need to go.
Not
Nature
he,
Boy.
Not
He need
him.
to go. And Jared Rowe need to go too.
29 years.
29 years. And Bullock. And Chris Miller. Need to go.
Yeah.
I like lies. Lies keep everything, the numbers and all that stuff right. But if y'all guys are running for city council and you're sitting back watching, I want to see who gonna come out and talk against the city council about what they ain't doing. Because if you ain't gonna talk about what's going on in city council people, what they ain't doing, so when these people run out there and say they running, don't vote for them. They got to come out and talk against the city council. They don't care if it's live. You got to hear them talk in front of the city council what they gonna do and what they ain't doing. Yes. Now get.
Well, I guess we're gonna put a lid on this thing.
Yes,
my man
but next week, tune in because I'm gonna get them names for you, and I don't care what nobody say. It's two guys heard the conversation, and they don't want to get involved, but you're gonna get involved when I get them name. And there was a unicorn involved too with Elton. That's all I gotta say. We're on the street with Sarah Rock and who?
Gregb, yup.
Peace.